Pitt scored 8 unanswered after falling behind on Friday to take the opening game. Clemson, 5 in the second, 7 runs in the fourth last night to even the series. So here we are on Sunday as we welcome you back to Pittsburgh for a rubber game between the Panthers and Tigers on a beautiful day here in Pittsburgh. We are at Vardabedian Field inside the press box. Jeff Hathorn with Olivia Gray, former ACC player. A huge game here for Clemson.
Absolutely. Pretty much a must-win for Clemson here, Jeff. I mean, they've had a pretty tough ACC schedule leading up until today and this weekend, but the remaining half of their schedule is not a slouch either, so this is a pretty big win for them.
We've seen a lot of fireworks in this series. Friday night, it was the Panthers hitting the long ball.
Oh, no doubt. A 4-run home run day for the Panthers started out the weekend. It was really the difference on Friday when Pitt took game 1 against the Tigers. It was a pretty well-fought battle, but not to mention that 3 of their 4 home runs were back-to-back-to-back shots for the Panthers, and that's not something you typically see at this level.
And you see the last one there from Tylee Vaughn. It went 180 for Clemson last night.
No doubt. Day 2, yeah, a little bit more of the same, but for Clemson this time with 5 shots, recording a single game home run record for the program starting Saturday night. You know, the Tigers dominated with 12 total hits in only 5 innings of play, beating the Panthers 13-2. Just really dominating last night, and they were really seeing the ball well.
And it was the one player who didn't hit a home run that was a home run shy of the cycle. A single, double, and triple for Corey Hicks.
Yeah, if anyone wanted that home run shot the most, it would have been Corey. You know, I mean, 500 batting average on an ACC weekend is something that you typically don't see. She's been really on fire this weekend for her team.
Becca Duck will start in the circle for the Panthers. The lefty had the win in the series against Syracuse.
Yeah, you know, she has some really nice spin, something give it a little bit of a different look to the Clemson Tigers today. That lefty spin can come off a little bit differently. So I like this call from Coach Allard, and I'm encouraged to see how she performs today. Sometimes she has a tendency to lose a little bit of her command, but if she's on, she's on.
Jamison Brockenbrough, who led off with a home run in yesterday's game. Taylor Pipkins has home runs in 4 straight games and is batting 9th.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about somebody to turn over that lineup for the Tigers. I mean, you don't typically see a home run type of a hitter in the 9 slot, but you know, I think that's what Coach Rittman's looking for. You know, somebody to turn over this lineup and keep you know, the momentum going.
A good start for Duck, getting the pop out for Brockenbrough. Now, Kylie Chanel. And the stats are impressive. 310 for Chanel after the 328 for Brockenbrough. 409 on base for Chanel. 2 for 7 in the series. And the 0-1 pitch is high. You could feel the energy in this building. You can hear it. And a packed house here at Vardabedian Field. You see standing room all the way around.
Beautiful, beautiful day for some softball. You know, everybody wants to get out, especially with the weather that we've been having here in Pittsburgh. It's just been back and forth between cold and rainy, and so to get a nice day here, people want to come out and see some good ball, hopefully.
And strike 2 from Becca Duck. Becca Duck, just a sophomore. Dealt with some arm injury last year. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout for Becca. Now 2 outs here in the first.
Huge strikeout here for Becca. You can see that pitch, you know, stayed on the outside portion of the plate with a little bit of an upspin. You're going to see that a lot today. You know, she battles and pitches north and south, and can keep these hitters off balance a little bit. So think what she's going to need to do is just really focus on working ahead in the count, give herself a chance to get a little junk, throw a little bit more junk to these batters to keep them off balance.
Mac Pavesi looked at a strike to start. That one's a bit upstairs.
Yeah, at least she can laugh about it, laugh it off a little bit. Shows that she's comfortable on the mound today.
Pavesi, what a first season for Clemson. Looks at strike two, batting .350. That's just insane for a first year.
Yeah, not something you typically see out of somebody who, you know, in your first year, you're looking to build confidence. You're adjusting to the high caliber of play that you see on a week-to-week basis. So for her to come out and just completely dominate from the start is not something you typically see.
2-2 pitch, 2 outs here, top of the first in Pittsburgh. It's interesting because Becca has either been perfect in the zone or way upstairs. And the 2-2 is fouled back.
You know, the first game of the series, Pitt went down multiple runs in the first inning, and I think a lot of it had to do with their pitcher trying to get settled on the mound. You know, at this level, playing a team such as Clemson, you know, you have to pretty much come out guns a-blazing from the start to make sure that you're setting down the order, you know, appropriately. There's no adjustments here that can be made because a team like Clemson will capitalize on those mistakes.
And walks.
And walks, yes.
Number 16, Macy Cintron.
Now Macy Cintron. All she did in this, or has done in this series, is pitch a complete game, go 2 for 7, couple of RBIs. That's it.
Yeah, nothing too crazy for her this weekend. I mean, to have a pitcher who is a hitter as well, batting in the 4 slot, you know, that just shows the type of all-around player that she is and why she got her number called on yesterday.
4 stolen bases for Pavesi at first. 2-0 pitch, good time to go, but she doesn't, and it's ball 3. Marion Collins on deck. See Collins. And strike called. Cintron, you might say based on what she did as a freshman that this has been a down year, but batting cleanup on a loaded team and takes ball 4. So 2 straight walks after 2 outs here in the first.
Big opportunity here for Clemson to capitalize if they can get a ball in the gap here. Or even, you know, we talked about the home runs and the wind's blowing here, so good opportunity to really put her team ahead here. She can get a good piece of something.
Collins leads the team in batting average and doubles. So you see the wind blowing out in left field here at Vardabedian, with the outfield pretty much straight away with Tozic, Braden, and Ball. One and one the count, 2 on, 2 out here in the first. And ball outside. Callie Henney is behind the plate. It's pretty much been a rotation of her and Esparza behind the plate for Pitt this year. Now the 2-1 by Duck. Inside, 3-1.
This is a hitter's count right here, 3-1, 2 outs. She's going to want to put something closer to the plate, but she can't lose too much command here.
And fouled away, and we've kind of seen Becca's season in an inning here, where at times she looks really good and then struggles with command.
Yeah, I'd like to see her pitches be a little bit closer to the plate. On her misses, I'm sure, Coach Allard's wanting the same, to see her miss by inches, not by, too much.
Lined into the gap. That's going to be runs for Clemson. The second run heading home. The relay, the throw home, and safe. A 2-run, 2-out double for Marion Collins.
Great piece of hitting there. Here, if we get to see the replay, she squared that ball up exactly where.
Catcher number 99.
Here it is. Yeah, she took an up pitch that didn't rise as much as I'm sure Duck would like for it to.
And now Corey Hicks. He highlighted her near cycle last night. Hicks batting .280.
Looks like it hit right off of her knob, which does count as a strike.
Immediately you shake the hand of like, oh, it hit me. And outside, a sophomore. Spent her first season at Oklahoma. Her first 2 games as a Tiger, she homered.
It's a really good start.
Yeah, you're a transfer, you're coming in, you're like, all right, I really want to establish myself.
No better way to do that.
Yeah. And ahead in the count, 2-1. Runner at second is Collins. Already a 2-0 lead for the Tigers. And ball 3-1. We already have. Is that Gwen Sparks up in the pit bullpen? And a high fly ball to left center and gone. It's what she was looking for yesterday. So the carryover in the cycle for Hicks, but a 4-0 lead, and Clemson making a statement here with 2 outs in the first.
My gosh, and a no-doubter at that. I mean, that ball was rising when it hit the banners on the soccer field. She got all of that, and I'm sure that she wishes it was last night, but just capitalized on a pitch, left too much over the plate. Beautiful swing there.
So a pop-up and a strikeout, then walk, double homer, and it's 4-0. And we are indeed going to see a relief pitcher here in the first. Gwen Sparks comes in. 9th homer on the season as Becca Duck leaves. So we'll take a timeout. We'll tell you about Gwen as we continue here in Pittsburgh. Four runs in for Clemson, and the Panthers go back to the pitcher that got them the victory on Friday.
Yeah, well, she had a really nice showing on Friday after that first inning. where she struggled with a little bit of command herself. So, you know, making her adjustments in the bullpen to make sure that she comes out firing on all cylinders right now is going to be really key for Sparks here. And we're going to be seeing a lot more power from her, more screw curve change. She mixes up in different quadrants. She throws a little bit of everything, but has a nice change up with some movement.
How is it different as we wait for the 0-1 here? And Bro looks at ball one. When a pitcher's that tall?
Well, a lot of it, the tallness, not as much as, you know, typically the way that they hold the ball or hold their glove and they can hide some of their pitches. That's a little bit more effective in terms of keeping batters off balance.
And the ground ball to the third baseman and the throw over. And that'll do it for Clemson. 4 runs in as Helton gets the out. 4-0 Tigers. Big 2-run homer to highlight that inning for Clemson from Corey Hicks, who will be behind the plate for today's starter, Sierra Manis, who has been the workhorse for Clemson. 136 2/3.
Absolutely. I mean, she's just been definitely the one that they're calling on in times of struggle and in times of domination. That's just who she is. She lives down in the zone. We're going to see the ball, her keeping the ball a little bit low today. She does work up sometimes, but most of the time we're going to be seeing the ball down in the zone, utilizing her bread and butter as the drop ball. And because of that, we're going to be seeing a lot of defensive plays, ground balls. Hopefully, if she can command that pitch well tonight, you know, see how that goes for the Panthers today if they can make their adjustments.
Tylee Vaughn leading off for Pitt, 331 average. And if she gets on base, she can go. Vaughn, the grad student from Tampa, swing and a miss. Pitt has some speed at that top of that lineup with Vaughn and Bell. Or Ball, rather. And an opening strikeout for Manis.
Nice pitch here by Manis. Kind of what we talked about with that drop ball. Just really keeping that ball low, right at the knees. Beautiful pitch there. And really a key out for the Tigers to keep the speed off the base paths. You know, as soon as speed gets on the base paths, you know, the game totally changes. Things start happening, defense starts shifting, and, you know, the comfortability of the defense kind of starts to dissipate there a little bit. So making sure that Manis is trying her best to keep definitely Vaughn and Ball off the base pass today.
And 2-0 on Alina Ball. See Cameron Murphy with the home run. Counting really for Pitt's runs yesterday. And now it's 3-0 on Alina Ball. Ball in the season hitting .279. 17 stolen bases. And Ball 4. It's amazing. You get the strikeout and then 4 straight wide ones.
You know, that's going to be key for the Panthers today, making sure that they're attacking pitches that are actually in the zone. Manis, like we talked about, likes to keep the ball low, and sometimes that pitch is a draw pitch to try to keep them swinging outside of their zone a little bit. So if they can command, you know, keep steady and confident on in the circle, I'm sure that she can get them swinging on some pitches outside of their zone a little bit.
KK Esparza. Esparza leads the Panthers in many offensive categories. And now that's 6 straight balls for Manis. And a great opportunity here for Pitt to take off if they wanted to at 2-0. And staying. And ball 3. Esparza, .358 average. He's only struck out 12 times and walked 13.
You know, something that's really impressive about that high steal count, you know, the high steal numbers that Pitt has, is that years ago, I mean, we didn't have the playback, you know, challenge calls that they have now, you know, where they could challenge a lead or something like that. So a couple years ago, there was a lot higher steal numbers because, you know, players were taken off a little bit earlier than they were supposed to, and it just wasn't caught. But now, you know, it's something that you have to be very intentional about to make sure that if there is a challenge that you're not getting called out on that steal.
So conversation at the mound for the Clemson Tigers. John Rittman is the head coach of the Clemson Tigers, the only coach for the Clemson Tigers. After he won 750 games at Stanford, he decided to come to the East Coast, probably never thinking that he would see Stanford again. And then what do you know?
No doubt. He's just an impressive coach. I mean, you can see in their success from Clemson's start of their program. I mean, they've only been in the ACC. They've only been a program for, you know, what's it, 5 years, and which is just absolutely unheard of. To have so much success as a program and just continue to get better and better each year.
Freshman Callie Henney has had some big hits this year for Pitt. Looks at strike 2. So whatever he said worked. We went from 8 straight balls to 2 straight strikes. 2 on. Bottom of the first, a 4-run deficit for the Panthers. The 0-2. Henney rolls one over and through into right field. And even with the speed from Alina Ball, it just hit too hard into right field. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Great piece of hitting there on an 0-2 count. She came in with that drop ball and she just drove it into the ground and almost clipped the umpire there.
I thought for a second there were 5 infielders. Addison Tozic has hit so well, it's created a situation where you've seen Cameron Murphy at first base. A swing and a miss for Tozic. It seems like they just run freshman after freshman up in this lineup. Pitt does. Tozic from Indiana looks at a ball low to even the count.
Big at bat here for the freshman. You know, if I was her, I'd be focusing on just hitting that drop ball into the ground and driving something up the middle.
2-1. Ball at third, Esparza at second, Henne at first. 1 out. Clemson 4 2-out runs in the top of the first. Now 3-1, and a walk is a run here for Pitt. Addison Tozic. Check swing, strike. Gorgeous day here in Pittsburgh. Big pitch here. 3-2, 1 out, bases loaded in the first. And Tozic right back to the pitcher. Home for one, Hicks to first base, and a double play.
Wow.
What a monster play by Clemson to get out of the inning. Panthers load them up. Don't get any thanks to this double play. As the Tigers head to the second inning with a 4-0 lead. Kylie Johnson leads off for Clemson here, but it wasn't the speed, rather this grand slam in the second. 4 of the 5 runs Clemson scored in the second to really take control yesterday, and she will lead off here in the second inning today. And shows bunt, foul.
For the Tigers, left fielder number 3, Kylie Johnson.
You love to see a player that can kind of just do it all. I mean, you go from hitting a grand slam yesterday to trying to lay down a bunt to get something going for her team. Even with a 4-run lead, I mean, I love to see that. Keeps things interesting and keeps the defense on their toes.
And Sparks throwing strikes, 0-2. Johnson, a junior from Wesley Chapel, Florida. Had 26 starts as a freshman.
Nice pitch. Ooh.
Just misses. There's no ABS yet in softball. But much like we probably said, oh, there'll never be replay in softball. Someday there will be ABS. And a looping liner into left field for a leadoff hit.
Just kind of fought that pitch off and made it work there. I mean, that was a really nice pitch by Sparks to kind of jam her up in her hands, but got her hands out and Had a nice at bat there by Johnson.
Now the number 9 hitter, Taylor Pipkins. Did she do it in a 5th straight day?
No
she
way.
did. Taylor Pipkins has homered in 5 straight games. It's 6-0 Clemson.
Wow, this time not a solo shot. Makes it a little bit sweeter, but 5 games and in the 9-hole with home runs is just really impressive. I mean, she's seeing the ball really well. Get a nice look. Oh, ball left too much over the plate there that she just capitalized on.
Ball travels out of here well anyhow. The fact that it's around 80 degrees, wind's blowing out a little bit. It is a sailing day, which if you're a Pitt fan, you had an opportunity in the first that you missed out on with the double play. There are going to be chances if you can kind of keep this around 6 runs.
Yeah, the first game started out a little bit similarly for Pitt. You know, they went down 4-0 to Clemson early on in the game, and they fought their way back. So we know that Pitt has some fight in them, and at this level, you can't call a game so early. So I'm sure that Clemson is still trying to keep the foot on the gas pedal here and to make a bigger deficit here if they can.
1-1 pitch on Brockenbrough. And outside. Brockenbrough popped out in the first. And shows bunt, pulls it back. Tennessee transfer had a walk-off triple earlier this year against Coastal Carolina. That's a cool way to walk off. Triple. A hard hit ball off the head. Oh, what a great play. And getting the out is Tylee Vaughn. Ball goes off her glove. She's able to barehand it, get the throw over against a speedy runner.
Take a different look here. Wow, way to stick with it. Barehands it, off balance, falling backwards, and still makes the play with a nice stretch there by Murphy to
And it looks
complete
like
that out.
the challenge here from Clemson. Even if it's safe for Brockenbrough from the left side, who motored down that line. The hand-eye just to get it off your glove and be able to catch it and then immediately throw it. And Murphy, who's not a typical first baseman, made a nice stretch on the play too.
Yeah, you know, Pitt has had a really nice defensive showing this past weekend. I mean, Friday they were making multiple SportsCenter top 10, you know, candidate plays, diving plays from all over the infield. Take another look here.
Say out?
I say it looks to be out right there in the glove, then she steps on.
So it doesn't have to be in the base of the glove, it has to just be within the glove. Like, that has always confused me about that rules. And then there's the question of whether Murphy's foot stayed on the bag. Take another look.
There doesn't seem to be enough.
It looks like the foot is on the bag.
Yeah, to overturn something like this. So it has to be pretty blatant here, but doesn't look. I think she maintained her foot on the bag there.
I know baseball traditionalists hate it.
Yeah, it looks like she.
But the second bag, because if there's no second bag there, the risk of injury with the runner coming up, given where that ball is right there, I mean, you'd imagine Murphy's probably getting run over in that case.
Absolutely.
So to have that other bag there is such a good safety precaution. I'd like to see it in MLB.
Yeah.
You know, let's run that out of the possibility. So they continue to look at it. There are the umpires. umpires right there taking a look at the replays.
You know, this is a big challenge here for Clemson. You only get 2 the entirety of the game, but if the call is overturned and they win that challenge, they get that challenge back. So if the call stands with an out on the field, Clemson will be down to only 1 challenge for the remainder of the game.
We see John Rittman, 40+ wins in 3 of the last 4 years, all 3 super regionals.
Wow.
For Clemson. He was an assistant at Washington, or excuse me, at Minnesota when Jenny Allard was at Michigan. So they have some way back history against each other. But look at that resume.
I mean, we're talking some of the best softball in the ACC, and then further on into the postseason to have a record, a win record, the way he does is really impressive.
So a heck of a recovery from Tylee Vaughn, and she does indeed get the out, and a good stretch from Murphy. So Marion Collins drives in a pair with a double in the first, Hicks with a 2-run homer in the first, and then Pipkins with a 2-run homer in the second, and 1 out for Kylie Chanel. Things were looking really good for Pitt after Chanel's at bat. First 2 out, and then it all went south. Foul down the third base line. Did you prefer playing third or short?
Oh man, it's a good question. I played shortstop my whole life, so I lean more towards loving shortstop, but third base has its own difficulties. If you ask my dad and my parents, they hated when I played third base, you know, just because of the safety aspect of third and just the shots that they take. I mean, you have to have really good hand-eye as a third baseman at this level for sure. And most of them don't wear face masks at third, which I think that, I mean, sometimes third basemen are closer than pitchers depending on, you know, who's up at the plate and if they're expecting a bunt or not. So it's a position of good hand-eye, that's for sure.
Chanel, the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So Sparks has come back to get the ground ball out and the strikeout. 2 outs now for Pavesi. As we see, nice pitch from Sparks. I mean, even if she gets contact, there's not much she could do with that pitch.
Right, it's really nice.
Pavesi worked a 2-out walk in the first inning and scored. Sparks' first full inning, and strike called. Yeah, I would think at third base, one of the things that would be terrifying would be if someone shows bunt and then pulls the bunt back.
Yeah, and then you can't, it's not like you can backpedal at that point. If you're crashing in, you just have to stand your ground.
Swing and a miss. Sparks maybe starting to settle in here. 1-2 is lined right at the shortstop Frazier, and that'll do it. But a 2-run homer for Taylor Pipkins. 5th straight game with a home run. And Clemson leads it 6-0 over the Panthers here in Pittsburgh. 1-0 lead for Clemson. The Panthers had an opportunity in the bottom of the first. Bases loaded, 1 out, but Adam ball right back in the 1-2-3 double play. Big outs for Clemson and a missed opportunity there for Pitt. Olivia.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they executed that perfectly, and you know, to be able to get out of a jam like that and is huge to keep the lead where it is for Clemson. And you know, for the Panthers, that's just one of those situations that just kind of takes the wind out of your sails a little bit.
Cameron Murphy had the nice stretch on the play by Vaughn. In the top of the inning, will lead off. And looks at strike 1. Murphy always been a problem from a pitcher standpoint for power, and grounds 1 foul. Murphy led Pitt in home runs last year as a sophomore at Seton Hill, which is school about an hour from Pittsburgh. 16 home runs for sophomore season. One and two the count. And it's one thing that Pitt is doing a good job of, and they're doing so with impact players. A number of locals that are making an impact for this Pitt team. Murphy being one of them. A check swing, she went, and she did not make contact, so the throw down to first will be the first out.
Center fielder number 13, Omari Braden.
So now Braden. Ball 1. Braden 2 of 3 in the series with a run, a couple RBIs. Hit a home run on Friday. Looks at strike 1.
You know, Braden's a fun player to watch, to be able to hit for power, but also with the amount of speed that she has, lay down a bunt and, you know, beat out a throw going to first. It's one of the toughest defensive decisions, especially as a third baseman, that you have to make against a player like this, you know, with the ability to bunt but also hit for power. We talked about it a little bit before. Can't be crashing too hard, but if you don't crash hard enough, they're safe at first. So it makes for a very difficult type of coverage for a player like this.
Two, swing and a miss. So 2 straight strikeouts for Sierra Manis, and now Shelby Frazier. We were talking about protection. Frazier needed it because of this.
Yeah, you know, after taking a hit like that, I know we were talking to Coach Allard earlier on in the week, and she mentioned that after taking that type of a hit, you'll notice that all the Pitt players are now having to wear mandated a face mask up at the plate to make sure that nothing like that happens again. And that happens commonly.
And for Frazier, it just, I mean, she flinched well enough to where she minimized the damage of what could have been really a catastrophic injury to her face. And to be back in only a couple of weeks and then to try to find that timing back. Frazier in the last game against Syracuse had the big walk-off homer, which you can imagine all the things she's been through. She's dealt with other injuries in her career. To get hit in the face, might think your season's over, let alone what happened to your face, and then to hit a walk-off homer a couple of weeks later. And a ground ball to second. Collins misplays it, and the Panthers have a base runner.
You know, not to mention the fear that probably came with stepping back into the batter's box again, you know, after something like that happens. Face mask or no face mask, you know, the pain and the memory of that, it was probably difficult to overcome. So like you were saying, Jeff, you know, to come off and hit a walk-off home run is a pretty cool story.
2 outs, runner on. Gracie Helton looks at a strike. Now Helton moved over to short while Frazier was out. Saw a little Esparza at third. Helton, another one of those freshmen in the lineup. Couple of hits in the series. Two outs, runner on, 6-0 Clemson lead, ball 2. Well, last inning it was the Clemson 9-hitter homering with the runner on. And Helton looks at ball 3. Second inning here at Vardabedian Field. Deciding game of the series. And an early lead for Clemson. And strike 2. Jeff Hathorn, Olivia Gray. You see the big crowd, standing room only here. 3-2 pitch, rolled over and fair. Well, there's a hesitation, throw down to second, and safe is Helton. But before it gets by the bag, it's the home plate umpire's call, and it was called fair, and immediately John Rittman comes out and wants to discuss it with the home plate umpire.
Sure that they're probably going to challenge this type of a call. Ooh.
So it doesn't have to hit the line if it crossed over third base. And that's what the home plate umpire is ruling. And there is indeed a challenge. I don't know, this is going to be a tough one to overturn, or to have enough concrete evidence to show it was foul.
You would almost need a different type of an angle to be able to shoot it right down the line to be able to overturn something like this, I would think.
Or some type of virtual bag that, you know, that went up. So it showed exactly where it crosses, which at some point we'll have, but not yet.
Crazy
Your
how
daughter
much the
will live in a world like that.
I know, it's crazy how much the game is even changing since I've played, you know. I mean, pitchers weren't even allowed to have their back foot off of the mound to start, and now they can start with their back foot off of the mound. From that angle, it looks like it's, you know, that's something hard to overturn there. Looks like it's crossing over the plate.
Yeah, John Schaefer makes the call, and you see all of a sudden for Helton, go! Jenny Allard yells, and barely gets into second base. I don't know, he might have an easier or a better chance of challenging the out call at second. Jenny Allard. You could start to see the type of team she wants materializing here. A ton of freshmen in this class, bringing in the type of players she wants with sprinkled in veterans. I don't know who's the other person out there, Olivia, do you know her?
I know her pretty well, yeah.
Georgiana.
Yep, ex-teammate of mine, good friend of mine. Just got married late last year.
That must have been some reception.
Oh my goodness. You ever see My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Really?
Yeah, her family's Greek, so they did all of the Greek dances and the everything that they do with the money and the alcohol and all that stuff. It was a good time. It was fun.
Maybe that's what they're discussing right now.
Yeah.
Maybe they're watching a clip from it. It's the argument you have with replay is how much time do you allow? How much do you let it impact the flow of the game? How much is human error a part of the game?
Right. That's kind of where I struggle. I played during a time that you didn't have replays like this, so being able to alter the game in that way, it's good and bad.
All right, let's go down to the umpire and get the call here. It's 6-0, and the Panthers have second and third right now with 2 outs.
Oh.
So instead of a double, it is a foul ball. I think it's a full count now on Helton. Well, after that delay, a chance still here for Pitt. And lined into right field, took advantage of that opportunity. No doubter there, and first and third with 2 outs.
Great piece of hit and great at bat there by Helton to come in after that type of a delay and to capitalize on pitch and have a really nice quality at bat.
And what does that tell you about a freshman who rolls over on one down the third baseline, and then, as you said, kind of waited on one, was able to line it the other way?
Yeah, I mean, just a great adjustment there to be intentional about her top hand strength and to take that pitch exactly where she was supposed to, needed to have a good quality at bat.
Now Tylee Vaughn, who struck out in the first. Again, the Panthers have runners on. Trailing 6-0 here in the second. Now 0-2 on Vaughn. Vaughn's 30 strikeouts lead the team. And in an 0-2 hole with 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. Ball gets free, and the Panthers are going to get a run out of it. And maybe 2. Heading home high, throw, and safe. Gracie Helton's all about the delay.
No doubt.
And it worked there.
Yeah.
And Pitt finds a way to get 2 runs on a strikeout.
Well, that's just something that you typically don't see, but the Panthers really capitalized on some aggressive base running there. Just not something that you typically want to swing at, but it worked out there for Vaughn with her speed, to make something happen, and just a little bit of too much of a forced throw there by Hicks. Something that she probably would like to take back, knowing that they're running in scoring position, and if she were to just hold that ball, maybe not as much damage would have been done.
That might be a 2 error. Could be one on the catcher for the ball to get in the right. And then maybe one on the throw. We'll see how this is ruled. Well, Clemson went from 1 to 4 errors on that play. So we'll break that down for you here as soon as we get the official word. And strike called on Alina Ball. But the most important thing for Pitt is they're on the board, able to bring home a couple of runs with 2 outs in a most unusual way. Alina Ball, and Ball gets away. There was no contact with the bat, so down to third is Tylee Vaughn. 1-1 the count on ball. And a check swing strike. It's been an exciting series. Today we've seen a lot here, and it's the second inning. And the ball gets free, and a wild pitch is going to score a run.
A little bit of energy we're seeing from the Pitt Panthers, you know, to be able to capitalize. We talked a little bit about their speed, and especially with Vaughn, to be able to kind of work her way around the bases without much of a hit, and put the Panthers, cut the deficit a little bit here with some aggressive base running.
So 2 strikeouts to start the inning, then an error on a simple play and a swing and a miss, and the Panthers able to find runs. It's 6-3 Clemson. There is the University of Pittsburgh and the Cathedral of Learning. For the Clemson Tigers, it has been quite a schedule for John Rittman and his team. They have to play Florida State, then Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech was on the road. After this series here, which we discussed the importance of this game, you got 2 ranked teams after this. So the Pitt series, if you're looking at it from a Clemson fan, taking anything out of it, it's like, okay, you can go up there, at least take 2, if not sweep that series and kind of get back going. If Pitt finds a way to win this series, it's a tough blow for Clemson.
Yeah, no doubt.
And already a tough blow given what happened that last inning. A rarity, a 4 strikeout inning.
Right.
And yet Pitt scored 3 runs. And now for Gwen Sparks, after giving up the 2-run homer, she got 3 in a row. Now the momentum's swinging a little bit to Pitt's side, although trailing still 6-3. Macy Cintron leads off. And swing and a miss. One thing with Clemson too, up and down that order, home run opportunities. 1-2 pitch. And then you think about it too. Helton thinks she has a double, and after a long delay gets back in the box and is able to line one for the only hit of the inning into right. And then all wildness, literally.
Yeah, it was a different type of an inning last inning.
Clemson a 6-3 lead. They've scored in the first 2 innings. And a line drive for a leadoff hit here in the 3rd. ripping that between short and third.
Honestly, not too bad of a pitch there, placement-wise, by Sparks. I mean, that was a pitch on the inside corner of the plate, and Cintron just really did a nice job squaring up that pitch and keeping her hands tight to be able to get nice quality at bat there.
Kennedy Ariel will pinch run. Now Marion Collins, who had the first RBIs of the game. The ball outside to Collins. Her 2-out double started scoring. Did you do recognize the eye of the tiger, right?
Yeah.
Right, I just want to make sure.
That's pretty cute.
2-0. Opportunity here for Collins with the runner on. And a swing and a miss. It's 200 all the way around here at Vardabedian Field. As you see the dimensions. Olivia, you missed her a couple series ago. Had an engineer in the center field camera. I mean, nearly got hammered with the home run right up there.
Yeah, this field is no doubt a hitter's type of a field. You know, as a pitcher, makes for a different set of challenges to be able to keep the ball in the ballpark.
And there's one up in that's the press box for the soccer stadium. The ball got all the way up there, and as the camera pulls out, and the great view of how far that ball would have gone to get up on top of that press box. Nowhere is safe, like we said. 3-2 on Collins. And a swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Gwen Sparks. And now the catcher, Corey Hicks.
Nice rise ball with a little bit of upspin there for a big strikeout for Sparks against one of Clemson's top batters, who's been really on fire this weekend.
There's a high fly ball that will stay in the park. A little problem with the sun, or shading the sun, and a good play by Tozic to put that one away. And now 2 outs. Runner still at first is the pinch runner. And now Sarah Bro. Runner goes, throw down and gone. Callie Henny with a perfect throw. And the Panthers get out of the inning on the caught stealing. We head to the bottom of the third. It is 6-3 Clemson. perfect throw down to second base to end the top of the third.
Goodness, you couldn't ask for a better placement there as a shortstop to be able to lay the tag on. Pretty much perfect.
And Ariel had to wear it in the face.
Yeah, you can kind of see and feel the momentum shift here for the Panthers on a play like that to end the inning. You know, to carry it through, Esparza have a nice quality at bat and find her way on first base would be a good start here for the Panthers.
She walked in the first, leading off here in the third. 6-3 Clemson. Pitt did come back from a deficit against Clemson in the first game of the series. It's a 4-0 lead for Clemson before Pitt was able to come back. KK Esparza, fan favorite, 3-0. Callie Henny had Pitt's first hit. For Manis, we're going to see a pinch runner for the Panthers, Sophia Mir. One thing that Olivia happened last series, Syracuse misused or misreported their courtesy or their runner and had a double that turned into an automatic out.
Oh, wow. That's a tough one to swallow. Stuff like that happens, you know, with all the opportunities of subs in and out. Sometimes things get a little bit confusing and mistakes like that happen.
And a strike call to Henny. Really nice pitch by Manis. Sierra 15 wins this year. The 0-1 outside. Mir does not have a stolen base. She's going to take off on a wild pitch, though, and get down to second. Hicks has had to work behind the plate already today.
She has. We've seen a couple wild pitches there that.
And a shot into center and off the top of the wall, holding at initially is Mir in between second and third, so it's going to be a hard hit 195-foot single for Callie Henny.
Great shot there. Really took her bat, got underneath that drop ball pitch to be able to rocket that into center field.
How about Brockenbrough playing that perfectly?
Absolutely. You know, she hit it so hard that she only ended up with a single. Usually with a hit like that, at least a double, probably, you know, on a different type of a field that was a little bit deeper.
And Brockenbrough didn't give it away either, that it was over her head. It kind of froze Mir, so she couldn't score. Another bunt shown and another ball. It's 2-0. Addison Tozic. Get into a double play in the first. First and third, nobody out here for Pitt. And squaring again, ball 3. I don't know if I would stop squaring if I'm Pitt.
You know, the movement on the Clemson defense is kind of exposing first base a little bit. You know, it looks like that second and first are crashing.
And 4 straight balls, and the bases are loaded, nobody out, and Cameron Murphy up.
Great opportunity here for Pitt. You know, Murphy has been a a nice producer up at the plate here for the Panthers this season. So to be in a position like this and possibly a pitching change here for the Tigers, maybe just a little bit of a discussion with his pitcher to get things split up here a little bit.
Well, we're just now seeing some activity in the Clemson bullpen. And multiple pitchers actually up for Clemson. So he might just be buying some time here to where he'll wait until the umpire comes out and make a call or give another inning. Cintron and Dunning, I believe, were up throwing. See 63 pitches here with no outs in the third.
Yeah, you know, I like this call by Rittman, you know, to go out and to slow the game down a little bit, to not have as much momentum carrying through on the Panthers side, to just a little bit of a talk with his pitcher, settle her down a little bit, talk with his defense. You know, he's a pretty optimistic guy. After talking with him this week, you know, he seems like he has the utmost faith in his team, believes that, you know, they're a solid group that, you know, gets along really well. So, you know, obviously his stud on the mound puts all the trust in her in a time like this.
Yeah, the 63 to the 108 that she threw on Friday. And the 64th pitch is a ball. Now Manis was able to work the 1-2-3 double play to get out of a jam in the first. Nobody out here now. 2-0 on Cameron Murphy, and you may have to throw something fat to a power hitter here. Nice with the 2-0 and rolled over, and that is foul from the beginning.
You know, something that the Panthers do not want to recreate is what happened earlier on in this game with the similar situation of hitting into a double play. You know, finding a little bit of a gap here with a hard hit shot is all the Panthers need to make something happen.
Shortest conversation there with Murphy. Still ahead in the count, 2-1. Check swing. 3-1. And thrown out of the game is John Rittman.
Oh.
Tossed from this third and deciding game. And the other umpire to come out.
He's not happy with that check swing call there. Looks to be very unhappy with some of the pitch calling that's happening. Here's a different look at this. Her wrist did not break on that, you know, so the idea is if the bat, you know, if your wrist break and the bat carries through the zone, that would be the strike and a called swing. But looks like that she maintained a pretty good check swing there.
And now John, that's insult to injury right there. You bang your head off the gate trying to get out. And you will have to go watch it from a distance. Well, we spoke to how important this game is. The emotions there will tell you for Clemson how big this game is, and a walked-in run. Murphy draws the RBI walk. The first RBI for the Panthers.
You know, as a player, to see your head coach get, you know, thrown out of the game, it's kind of can be tough mentally to be able to overcome something like that. So, you know, we'll see how the Tigers respond here, or if they're going to be calling on a different pitcher to switch some things up here.
So we're going to see a change. And our apologies, it wasn't Rittman who got ejected. It was Kyle Jamison, the pitching coach, who is a very well respected, one of the best in the game. We've got a pitching change, and a wild one here in Pittsburgh. The pitch. She did that very well yesterday. Oh, and oh, by the way, she did this too. Did a home run, hit a home run this right here into left center. And now with the lead cut to 6-4 in just the third inning, she comes in to pitch with the bases loaded and only one out. Excuse me, nobody out.
A really great opportunity here for the Panthers, and a little bit of a different look here with Cintron. They've seen her already, so I'm sure that the Panthers are looking to make their adjustments to see if they can capitalize on this opportunity.
And the pitch to Braden is outside. It's a tough situation to come in.
It is.
Bases juiced. Braden struck out earlier, looks at a ball outside. Now 3-0. Pitt has 3 hits in this game. None of them have driven in runs. And that's a strike. I would wonder if you're Braden, if you are insanely skeptical or even just plain out looking here.
Right.
And a fly ball, not very deep, left fielder in, tag, throw home is good. Good play by the left fielder, Johnson. And the first out of the inning. Braden not able to get it deep enough to score a run. And now for Clemson, with Frazier up, that brings the possibility of a double play. 1 run in. And a swing and a miss by Frazier. A walk, a single, 2 more walks. The walk to Murphy brought in a run. And then the fly out by Braden. Frazier scored in the second inning after getting on via error, and is behind in the count 0-2. So there you are as Cintron behind 3-0 in the count. You get the out, now you're up 0-2. A swing and a miss. What a strikeout for Cintron.
Wow, what a nice, beautiful pitch there by Cintron to come in, bases juiced, with the bottom half of the lineup for the Panthers, who were the ones to hit the back-to-back-to-back home runs Friday night. You know, to come in and shut them down, to be able to to really command the pitches that she has and give her team a really nice opportunity here to get out of a jam.
This could be another swing in momentum. You lose your pitching coach after he's ejected from the game. You give up a bases loaded walk, and then boom, you get 2 quick outs. Now 1-1 the count on Helton. And that's foul down the line. Henny at third, Tozic at second, Murphy at first. Gracie Helton, a 1-2 count. Cintron's pitch. That'll get out of play.
Ooh.
Everybody wants a foul ball until it comes your way. 1-2 is a little looper caught by the second baseman Collins, and Cintron gets out of a jam. Clemson still leads at 6-4 heading to the 4th. It has been a crazy game. 6-4 Clemson does not begin to tell the story of what has happened here. We've seen a pitching coach ejected, and wild pitch and errors bring in runs. We've seen home runs, and a 74-degree day here in Pittsburgh. Who knows what these next few innings are going to bring?
A little bit of everything it looks like we're getting this afternoon.
Sarah Bro, who was at bat when the pinch runner was thrown out. Ariel trying to steal against Callie Henny. Gets another opportunity here in strike one. And strike two by Sparks. Just getting a piece of it is the freshman from Miami. Bro's been hot too. 3 home runs in her last 5 games. And rolls that over again. Over to Helton, and the throw low and safe at first. First pit error of the day. And the leadoff base runner here for Clemson.
Look at that pitch from Sparks. She really had to go low and dig that ball out. Even if she would have possibly caught that, I think it was just a little bit too slow of a transition there with that ball being in the 5-6 hole.
And credit to Bro for not giving up on the play or being frustrated. She just hustled down. And you're right, that was a heck of a pitch. How she got metal on that at all. So Bro's at first, nobody out. 6-4 Clemson lead here in the fourth. And now Kylie Johnson is behind in the count, 0-2. It's one thing with Sparks to this point, getting ahead of counts in counts.
Yeah, she's been pitching a really nice ball game here. You know, after pitching a full game earlier on this weekend, to come out and continue to.
And a foul ball down the line by Kylie Johnson, who is maybe 2 feet away from a home run in consecutive days.
My goodness, she had to go down low for that ball too. I mean, Sparks is having a nice command over her drop ball here this afternoon.
0-2. And low. It is Masters week, so you know you're going down and teeing off.
Yeah, no doubt. Ooh, just foul. You know, in the scorebook said that's just a long strike. You know, unfortunately.
1-2, and that's popped straight up. Murphy calling for it, but Vaughn calls her off and puts it away. First out, and now Taylor Pipkins. What a couple of weeks for Pipkins.
My goodness, her confidence has to be through the roof at this point.
Last year as a freshman, she was the ACC tournament MVP. So she's used to some big games. Her dad played college baseball. Sparks again gets ahead in the count. And there's a fly ball to left field. Over is Tozic, who jumps a couple of steps before the wall to make the catch.
For a minute there, I thought that was going to be her 6th home run in 5 games. Just missed. Nice play there by Tozic to really track that ball into the wall.
Now Jamison Brockenbrough, who is 0 for 2. She grounded one to Tylee Vaughn that she was able to grab after it clicked off her glove with her bare hand and make the throw over. And hits one hard to left field. That hangs in the air, and Alina Ball puts it away. And the Panthers hold Clemson without a run for a couple innings here. It's 6-4 Tigers. Riley Vaughn will lead off for Pitt here in the 4th inning. Vaughn just short swing ground ball, short swing hit into right, and then a big fly.
You know, I like her swing. You know, she just gets to contact and quick follow through. I mean, she just makes things happen.
You can see that as, you know, 500 batting average.
Even when she strikes out, she makes things happen.
Right.
She struck out and on the wild pitch was able to get down to first. That set up a whole calamity of events that led to 2 Pitt runs, and then she would eventually score on 2 wild pitches.
Right. You know, that's the job of a leadoff, though, to make things happen, find ways to get on base, and ugly or not, you know, whatever helps your team and to kind of swing the momentum to the Panthers side. That's what she needs to get done, and seems to be doing that this weekend.
It's a Houdini job and a pop-up. The new catcher is unable to make the play. It's a hit. It's a double and a triple. That's unbelievable. Minish has come in to catch, which is odd because it's the left-handed catcher, and the ball landed in fair territory, and the realization I don't think was there that it was a live ball. Although, what are they saying now?
That she didn't touch it, but I do believe that the catcher's glove did touch it in fair territory, and if it did, oh no, it didn't make any contact with her, so it's a foul ball. Wow, lucky break there for the Tigers.
I thought it clipped just that piece.
So did I.
It was a good play if the desire there for Minish is make sure she doesn't touch it and let go foul. We'll go with that.
Right.
2-2 the count. And just don't see many left-handed catchers.
Another look here.
And she was just unable to make the play, and because of that, there's a fly ball into center field. Running in is Brockenbrough.
Just what the Tigers needed to kind of forget about what happened earlier on in that at-bat. Look at her coming in full out to make a play like that for her team. Huge, huge.
So Vaughn went from a pop-up triple, or with an error, to then getting a base hit taken away from her by Brockenbrough. There's been a lot that's been sandwiched into 3.5 innings here. Now Alina Ball, who has walked and struck out. And that's just a 4 batters, 4 outs for Cintron. She had thrown 3 1/3 innings before this weekend. Throws a complete game yesterday and has come in and been masterful so far today through 4 batters.
She's been lights out. I mean, her number was called upon. She was ready and really got her team out of a jam, in a bases loaded jam, which could have been a possible turning point to this game if she would have came in and had to settle in on the mound a little bit. But she came in and did exactly what she needed to do to shut the Panthers down.
Ball fouls that away. Wind blowing out to right, although Ball's not necessarily a pull home run hitter. Here, look at the outfield is in for Ball. Shaded to left. Now 2-2, 1 out here in the 4th. Cintron's pitch is going to fall into foul territory. So imagine, Olivia, being in the stands, one of these parents, and your kid. So what's happening?
Right. And trying to explain it to that.
And strike 3, no, ball. I thought he made the grunt of a strike call, but instead it's 3-2. And the ball stays alive for ball 4. And now KK Esparza. Can't imagine we're going to see a pinch runner for ball. But tell you what, umpiring is a tough job.
No doubt.
Designated player, KK
No one likes you.
Right.
You're always wrong.
Right.
But yet without you, you couldn't play the game.
Right. Right. It's a lose-lose.
2 walks for KK Esparza. If she gets a strike she could handle, she could tie this game. And instead, a ground ball to short, throw to second for 1, on to first, double play. Hit hard enough. And that'll do it here for the 4th inning. Even when a base runner's on, Panthers can't get them home. 6-4 Clemson. Let's try to recap this. Clemson leads at 6-4. Tigers scored 4 in the first. Hicks with a 2-run homer, then a 2-run homer by Pipkins. But you look at the 1 through 3 batters, they haven't done any damage. Panthers got 3 runs in the second, none of those driven in by a hit. In fact, one of those runs was because of a strikeout. 2 of those runs actually was because of a strikeout and a couple of errors. Henny's 2 for 2. And I think the story right now has been, Olivia, both relief pitchers.
No doubt. I mean, the relief pitchers for both teams have really stepped up to kind of settle this game down a little bit. You know, they may have not started this game, but they're continuing this game because they're both showing really pretty good command on their pitches and has held the opposing offense to limiting damage. You know, so they've done both a nice job.
Kylie Chanel. And a rare time when we've seen sparks fall behind a batter. Chanel 0 for 2. Second opportunity against Sparks. Chanel from Keystone Heights, Florida. Florida Atlantic transfer. Swing and a miss. She was the AAC Rookie of the Year at Florida Atlantic. Had 19 doubles her first season. Sparks has worked the count back to 2-2. And the full count pitch is hit into center field, towards center field, but Vaughn able to come over and make the play.
Number 11, activation.
Mac Pavesi 0 for 1, walked and scored in the first.
Oh, really pretty pitch there by Sparks. Just missed on that outside portion of the plate.
It was really Pavesi's walk that started that first inning. And right down the heart. Sparks allowed a 2-run homer to Pipkins. Other than that, has allowed 1 hit. Clemson has taken advantage of every opportunity. They've left 1 runner on base to this point. Pitt has left 5, and that's after giving up our double play. 2 huge double plays for Clemson in this game. 1 with the bases loaded and 1 out in the first, and then the 1 in the 4th inning. Three and 1 now on Pavesi. And a ground ball to Frazier. Sets, throws, 2 outs. Is this a typically difficult infield comparatively in the ACC?
It used to be years ago. I mean, the dirt played very hard. In my opinion, I thought that, you know, because we're a little bit more up north, it's a more harder of a field versus like somewhere like Florida State that's a little bit more soft and able to be managed a little bit better. But the grounds crew seems to be doing a better job at maintaining the dirt a little bit to allow it to play fair.
Macy Cintron, who is the other pitcher of record here. One for 1. The runner for her was caught stealing after she singled to lead off the 3rd. She walked and scored in the 1st. Counts 1 and 2. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. And rolling over on it, Vaughn, after a couple of hops, throws it over in a 1-2-3 inning. Haven't seen many of those. We head to the bottom of the 5th, a 2-run lead for the Tigers. Welcome back to the Pitt campus. A 6-4 Clemson lead here in Pittsburgh on this Sunday afternoon. Callie Henney, the freshman, will lead off from Pine Richland High School in the Pittsburgh area. And look at what she has done in her first year.
Yeah, she's really been a key contributor to this Panthers lineup. I mean, leading the team in doubles, tied second in hits. Just somebody who the Panthers can call on and be confident in that she's going to make something happen when she's up at the plate.
Bottom of the 5th, and a 2-run lead for the Tigers, and first strike from Cintron. Strike 2. How about those first 2 pitches?
Wow. Yeah, these pitchers have really been doing a nice job, really commanding the zone.
And a ground ball by Henney. Played perfectly by Collins. Addison Tozic. And a nice play in left field on the warning track.
Left fielder Addison Tozic.
And ball 1. "26 wins for the Tigers, 21 for the Panthers. Pitt already has more wins this year than they did last. Now 2-0 to Tozic. And a fly ball to right field. Taking a couple of steps back is Taylor Pipkins. And 2 outs. It's not quite enough of that to get that opposite field.
First baseman Cameron Murphy.
Cintron now has gone 10 batters without allowing a hit. And Cameron Murphy looks at a ball. Murphy 0 for 1 with the walk.
You know, for a pitcher who hasn't seen many innings this season, to come in this weekend and completely dominate the way that she has on the mound, I'm sure is really encouraging to Rittman. For a team who's looking to go further in the postseason and to maintain a little bit longer of a season, you need to have depth in the circle. So to have her come out and perform the way she has this weekend, I'm sure is really encouraging to see.
Cintron has represented Puerto Rico in international play. Representing the Tigers today in ACC play. 2-2, 2 outs, 2-run lead in the 5th. And strike 3 called. What a gorgeous pitch by Cintron. And a 1-2-3 5th on the top and bottom. We head to the 6th. 6-4 Clemson Tigers. 6-4 lead as we start the 6th inning here at Vartabedian Field in the University of Pittsburgh campus. And Clemson has taken advantage of their opportunities. They're getting on base to lead off, and can't be better than batting 1,000 with runners in scoring position. Marion Collins. May have her second double of the game, although quickly getting to it is the center fielder Alina Ball, or excuse me, Amari Braden. Hit that so hard, and well played by the center fielder.
A really nice piece of hitting here on a ball on the outside portion of the plate. She really just took her hands to it and squared that up really well.
Might be the first really hard hit ball we've seen off Sparks. And we're going to have a pitching change here in Pittsburgh. Nobody out, runner on here in the top of the 6th inning. We'll tell you about the relief pitcher next here from Pittsburgh. Gwen Sparks leaves 4 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. And Olivia, we were saying at the time, you know, if Pitt could keep it around 6, they would have a chance, and Gwen Sparks did that.
Yeah, she had a really nice showing this weekend. I mean, she just showed really nice poise on the mound and good command of her pitches, and really put her team in a position to potentially, you know, have some fight in this ball game.
And now Kira Pittman. Pittman, the ACC Pitcher of the Week a couple of weeks ago. And you see all that she can throw. So Pittman with a runner on and nobody out. And for the first time today at the plate is the catcher, Sam Minish. Came in for Hicks. That one's fouled, so 1-1. Pretty good speed in Collins at first base. 2-0. And now 3-0. And strike called. Minish only hitting 182 coming into the game. And hits one hard to center, And off the wall, played well by Braden. And that will hold to a single, but first and third and nobody out for the Tigers. Hard hit ball by Minish there.
And you saw her energy too coming up, looking at her dugout with how hyped she is after that pinch hit. You know, to come in a position and have a nice quality at bat against a new pitcher is a difficult task to do, and she executed perfectly.
And you might feel good going to the bottom of the order if you're Pitt, but Sarah Bro, Kylie Johnson, and Taylor Pipkins are not a typical 7, 8, 9. Bro way in front of that one for a strike. Off speed, misses.
My goodness, that looked nice. Must have been just a little bit too low to get that strike call.
Bro 0 for 2, though did get on via error. Got to be alert in that dugout. Although now with the fence there, that helps. One and two the count. Second batter for Pittman. And had her out in front of it, but she was able to get a piece. Pittman, transfer from Maryland. Led Pitt in wins last year. Now the count 2-2. Tell you what, someone's going to go home in that Clemson bus with a sore throat.
I was just thinking the same thing. They are loud, and they have a lot of the momentum right now with their energy.
So what position do you play? I don't play.
Right.
3-2. Runners at the corners, nobody out. And that's high and foul. Three and two, pitch once again. Kira Pittman. And that one's hit hard down the line, and home run. 3-run monster shot down the left field line, and Clemson has a 9-4 lead.
My goodness, her ball landed on top of the batting facility here at Barbadian Field. Just an absolute moonshot.
I thought for a second it might hook, but it just stayed down that line.
What a battle of an at-bat. I mean, she fouled off the ones that she didn't want and completely capitalized on an off-speed pitch, just belt high. She took over left field wall.
Yeah, and I mean, as you could fill people in, there are tens of feet in between that wall and the building.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's no easy task to almost clear the batting facility there.
And now Kylie Johnson. What a huge hit there for Clemson. And what was a perilous 6-4 game, now 9-4 in the sixth.
Yeah, Clemson was definitely in need of some insurance runs there, so to be able to put a 5-run difference here, I'm sure makes them feel a little bit more settled going into the bottom of the sixth inning.
Still nobody out here in the top.
Right.
There is movement in the Pitt bullpen. Three 1 to Johnson. Oh. Three and two after the shoe tie. Taylor Pipkins on deck. 3-run homer for Sarah Breaux. There was discussion about whether you could get quote unquote cheap homers. That was out of any ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubter there. You know, even though the field is a little bit on the shorter end in comparison to the other fields in the ACC, that ball would have been out, like you said, on any of them.
And Pittman fights back to get the strikeout. The RBIs have come from the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 9th spot in the Clemson lineup today. And all multiples. 2 for Collins, 2 for Corey Hicks, 3 for Breaux, and 2 for Pipkins. And Pipkins hits one down the line. Just a little in front of it. Look at that.
Wow.
Ball in the dirt. Sophomore hit .299 last year. Two 2-1 pitch. Pittman trying to limit the damage here as Clemson has opened up to a 5-run lead. And Panthers bullpen and getting some work in down in the Pitt bullpen is Mia Kleithermes. And kind of waiting to throw is Ali Lukashevitz. Jamison Brockenbrough. Big catch in center field to start off the 4th inning. Robbing Tylee Vaughn. And really, if that would have got by her, might have been extra bases. As Vaughn talks to Pittman. 2-0 count here. Senior Brockenbrough hits one hard to center field. Back it goes and gone. Two home runs in the inning for Clemson, and they've blown it open.
My goodness, after a little bit of a slow start for the top of the lineup here for Clemson, to really light a fire here. Really nice piece of hitting there by Brockenbrough to sail that one over the center field wall.
Shortstop Kylie Schmidt.
Kylie Chanel.
You know, some of these Pittman pitches that she's hitting on the corner, I mean, the umpire's not liking that outside curveball that she's throwing there. So she's having to put more ball over the plate, and they're really getting a lot of barrel to her pitches right now. You know, as a pitching coach, you'd like to see her being able to hit a corner and then them calling it, but they're not giving it to her right now.
1-1 count. And showing bunt, pulling back for a ball. Chanel 0 for 3. The only Tiger not on base today. Now 3-1. That one's way foul. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Pittman. Single, homer, strikeout, walk, homer, strikeout. It's been Clemson's 6th inning.
First baseman, Mac Pavesi.
Mac Pavesi walked and scored in the first. And bunted foul. Pavesi's just trying to figure out a way to get on base. Three for 8 coming into the game. Now 3 for 10. And waste that. Big crowd on a perfect day in April here in Pittsburgh. 0-2 pitch is just lofted into center field, and Amari Brayton puts it away for the final out. But a pair of home runs for the Clemson Tigers. Sarah Breaux started it. Jamison Brockenbrough added. 11-4 Tigers. 2 home run hitters, Sarah Bro, Jamison Brockenbrough. Jamison first, then Sarah. Panthers have had opportunities in this game, just have not done more than the damage they have. See, they're not, leadoff isn't there, the runners in scoring position hasn't been great, and with 2 outs, haven't been able to get those big hits. A couple of double plays have been massive for Clemson.
Yeah, that's really been the difference between these two teams. They've both
high into left center field and gone. So Amari Braden leads off with the home run.
That might be just what the Panthers need to get some momentum on their side of the field, especially after the tough inning they just had.
Now for Clemson, it's a run, still a 6-run lead. But to your point, for Pitt, you're just looking to get something going. Shelby Frazier now. Boy, that 5 spot in the 6th, really big. Frazier looks at ball 2. Gracie Helton on deck before going back to the top of the order. Macy Cintron delivers, and that's looped into right field for a hit.
Panthers just chipping away here. They just need to find a way to get themselves on base. Making small adjustments, not doing too much.
Both hits off Cintron have been from the last 2 batters. And now Helton. Looks at a strike. Can't imagine Frazier's going anywhere at first, down 6 runs.
I'd say probably not. Panthers are just looking for base runners at this point. Kind of get things moving here after having a couple quiet innings.
1-1 outside. And hit hard. And the Panthers, after a leadoff home run, a pair of singles here, nobody out in the 6th. And we're going to get a conversation. Typically, you'd see the pitching coach, but he's had to watch this game for a little while, as some action now in the Clemson bullpen. With the Tigers up 6.
We can kind of see the Panthers making their adjustments, something we haven't seen earlier on in this game. You know, they've seen Cintron now multiple times as a hitter, so you know, you'd like to see, if you're a Panthers fan, them starting to make their adjustments and kind of start figuring her out a little bit, and they seem to be doing that this inning.
Abby Dunning loosening for Clemson. It's just looking to keep this merry-go-round going here. And Vaughn looks at a ball. Frazier at second, Helton at first. Bottom of the 6th, 11-5. Tigers. Vaughn 0 for 3 with the run scored. hit hard into left. That's going to drop. Frazier is being sent. The relay, no throw home. So Kylie Johnson hits the cutoff, runs, scores. 4 straight hits for the Panthers. And I think we're going to see a pitching change. Tylee Vaughn able to line one into left field for an RBI. This Pitt team will not go away. Trailing 11-4 heading into the 6th. There's a pitching change here in Pittsburgh. Was outstanding for her first 3 innings, but it's here in the 3rd inning, 4th inning of work. Home run, single, 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 and you see the final line for the sophomore. And now a ton of experience you're able to bring in this scenario with Abby Dunning coming in, transfer from Boston College. 54 strikeouts and 62 in the 3rd.
Yeah, we see some really great depth here in the Clemson pitching staff. I mean, Dunning, we're going to be seeing a lot more balls up in the zone comparatively to what we saw earlier on in the game. She kind of likes to go to her rise ball a little bit, and kind of leans towards, you know, keeping the ball on the inside half of the plate. So we'll see if the Panthers can keep their hands tight and get their bat around on somebody that brings a high-speed velocity here.
So Dunning, the 3rd pitcher for Clemson. Sierra Manis started, then Macy Cintron, now Dunning. So you see crowd here at Vardabedian Field. Jeff Hathorn with Olivia Gray here on this Sunday afternoon. 4 runs for Clemson in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd. Panthers answered with 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. Then a 5 spot for Clemson in the top of this inning, and Pitt has gotten 2 back.
For the Panthers, right fielder Alina Ball.
Now Alina Ball on base twice via walk. Looks at ball 1. Dunning talking to the infield. Bro, Chanel, Collins, and Pavesi. Two and one on Alina Ball. Helton at second, Vaughn at first. Now 2-2. Ball would be a very tough player to double up. First batter here for Dunning, and ball 3. Three-two pitch is grounded at the shortstop. The flip to third, and that's the only out, but we'll get the lead runner.
Designated player KK Esparza.
Smart decision there by Chanel and by Bro. Got to know the speed at first base, or heading to first base. And now KK Esparza. Pitt has left 5 on base. And there's a fly ball down the left field line. Left fielder in foul territory. Kylie Johnson makes the catch, and quickly 2 outs. And we saw this when Cintron came into the game. Bases were loaded, 3 straight outs. And now in this scenario, Dunning comes into the game with 2 on, and gets a ground out and a fly out, and ahead 0-1 on Callie Henny.
Yeah, the Tigers pitching staff really comes in ready to go. It seems like no need for a warm-up or anything like that. They're ready to go, and that's what needs to happen to be able to get out of certain situations like this and limit the damage and the bleeding that might be happening when they get their number called on.
Addison Tozic on deck. Henny 2 for 3. And hits one hard into right center, off the wall, 1 run in on an RBI 2-out single by Callie Henny, and Pitt's a run closer.
Man, has Henny had a day today. I mean, hard shots all over the place. Only held to singles, but it's because she's been hitting the ball so hard, and they've been hitting so hard off the wall right back into the outfielder's hands. But she's had a really nice day up at the plate.
There's so little movement in her swing, Olivia.
Yeah, she keeps things easy and simple, and hitting is not always easy and simple. So to be able to simplify some things has really shown to be her key up at the plate.
Tozic looks at a strike. 8th batter in the inning. Ball 1. Tying run on deck here in the 6th. And the pitch, bunt showed, ball gets by, and heading down to second base easily is Henny, but really no chance for Ball to score. It came hard off the backstop there. Tell you what, those catchers are going to be sore tomorrow. All 3 of them we've seen. Ball high now to Tozic. First base is open. 2 outs here in the 6th. Pitt won the first game of the series 8-5. 13-2 Clemson in the second game. A swing and a miss, get you to a full count. Three-two pitch. Try that again. And the pitch to Tozic. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Big strikeout for Clemson. However, Pitt stays in this game. A leadoff homer and a couple of singles, and Pitt's down 4. Seven as we enter the 7th inning. Tigers up. Clemson, after losing the first game, has put its foot on the gas here in the last 2.
No doubt. I mean, look at the hits that Clemson's put up this weekend. 4 home runs today. You know, out of their 9 hits, all long balls. And then, of course, you know, yesterday we talked about them setting the, single game program record with home runs and at 5. So, I mean, they're on a point to even possibly break their own record today.
Mia Cleathermos is in to pitch for the Panthers. Part of that large freshman class. A 4-1 record. And ball 2. 22 strikeouts, only 9 walks. Although in danger here, the 10th. Pitt trailing by 4 here in the last inning. And Cintron looks at a strike. Wind in the 3-1 is ball 4.
A lot of oohs and ahs on that pitch. Fans asking where that missed. Looked like possibly a little bit too low in the zone, but close miss there.
And ball outside to Marion Collins. 2 for 3. Couple driven in. Hard hit ground ball, quick throw to short, and turn called out for a double play.
Wow, really nice play there by the Panthers. Something that they've needed. Oh, she put her hands up, slide into second there. Wonder if that would have been an obstruction call anyways, to if they would have called her safe at first.
Clemson is not challenging the play at first. So a double play.
Catcher Sam Minish.
Heck of a turn.
Really, yeah, really nice play there by the Panthers.
First double play for Pitt. So quickly 2 outs. Sam Minish singled and scored. Came in for Corey Hicks, who had homered in the first inning.
Nice pitch there, right at the knees. Tigers being really patient up at the plate.
The 1-1. Another good pitch by Mia. And foul. Well, given the homers we've seen, and Pitt has had base runners, Pitt's left 7 on base. What's amazing about Clemson is they've left 1 on base today.
Yeah, that's just the difference in success at this type of a level. You know, situational hitting is so key to make happen. Runners in scoring position, they don't come often, so when you do have them, you got to really try to capitalize on those type of situations. And nice pitch.
And 2-2 is strike 3 called. A 1-2-3-ish inning for the Panthers, and work to do here in the bottom of the 7th. Clemson up 11-7. At the University of Pittsburgh, Clemson an 11-7 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Abby Dunning remains the pitcher, and we see how important this game is for both teams. And the expectations this season were for Clemson, but Pitt's only a game behind them in the ACC standings, with Georgia Tech in between. So Mackenzie Reese will come in and pinch hit for Cameron Murphy. Pitt needs base runners, See the numbers for Reese this year. And pops it up. It's off the screen and caught for an out. In some other game. One and one the count. You know, you were mentioning something in between innings that this almost is kind of like a major league game where you bring in like a Mason Miller with a big fastball to end the game.
Yeah, Dunning is really pitching some heat here. The velocity it's showing up at the top of the screen, 65, hit 70 a couple times. You know, she's really pitching at a high velocity right now. I mean, a fresh arm and somebody who's coming off the bench, but.
And a swing and a miss. First out here in the 7th. Mari Braden, last inning, started it off. That might be a Vardabedian home run, but a home run nonetheless. And ball high. Hit down 4. And the last at bat. Oh. And Braden appears to be okay. We saw with Shelby Frazier get hit earlier this year. I think that absorbed more shoulder.
Yeah, right above her, of course, right above her pitching guard, right off the top.
And after the injury to Frazier, Jenny Allard said masks for everybody. And immediately after that, I thought it may have caught a little bit of mask too. And here's Frazier up next after that.
Right, right. We were talking that Dunning isn't a low velocity pitcher, so that will definitely have some sting behind that tomorrow, and she'll be feeling that for a while. But it's good to see that she's okay and staying on the base paths.
And now Frazier, 1 for 3, 2 runs scored. Pitt has a base runner. Gracie Helton on deck. The 0-2. Frazier, the sophomore from Texas. The 1-2 is hit hard down the left field line and just foul. Frazier got barrel on that. Two pitch is low. You know, Olivia, you're like 7 years from that.
I know. Don't wish time away from me.
I won't. 2-2 now. And high. Will that get into the bullpen? It will. Frazier stays alive. nice swing and a miss. 2 fastball strikeouts, and Pitt's down to a final out.
Just a high velocity rise ball up at the eyes. Something that looks so good coming in, and by the time that it reaches the plate is just completely out of the zone.
Braden on first after being hit by a pitch. Helton. A couple of singles today. Some great relief work done by Cintron until she had to leave. Gwen Sparks for Pitt with some really solid relief work as well to keep Pitt in this. Clemson going long ball, or excuse me, going long ball again. Hicks, Pipkins, Bro, and Brockenbrough. Braden has the home run for Pitt. Pitt took advantage of opportunities from the standpoint they capitalized on errors, but have left 7 on base and hit into 2 inning-ending double plays. And now down to a last strike. Gracie Helton. Way outside. Clemson looking to clinch the series. Pitt looking to keep the rally going. 1-2, popped out of play. Now, he may claim to have caught that, but we could definitely hear it hit.
Exactly. He caught it off the bounce off of the stadium seats.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts for Abby Dunning in the 7th inning, and Clemson brings out the bats again for an 11-7 win. Olivia, give credit to Pitt for they just continue to fight in this game.
Yeah, they for sure battled, and you know what? A really nice showing from both pitching staffs on both sides, but ultimately, like we talked about, a much-needed win for Clemson. For a little bit of more confidence leading into this later half of the season for them. And obviously their bats showed up again today.
So a win for the Tigers. Thank you for joining us here today. 11-7 the final here in Pittsburgh. Thanks to our outstanding crew for everything they do. For Olivia, I am Jeff saying good night from Pittsburgh. The final again, Clemson 11, Pitt 7.